Hello students, welcome to the course on Advanced Communication Systems and the course code is EC801. This is a 3 credit course and this subject is basically for BTech 8th semester EC students. Myself, Dr. Surojit Bosak, Assistant Professor of EC Department, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Kolkata, and this is my official email address. In the last class, we have started the module number 1, that is probability theory. We have discussed about the basic probabilities and their properties. Now today we are going to start lecture number 2 from the module 1, that is probability theory, with the topic of conditional probability, Bayes theorem, random variables, cumulative distribution function. And the lesson objective of this topic is, upon completion of this lesson, students will be able to explain the concept of probability, calculate the probability of simple events, calculate the probability of compound events, calculate the probability of complementary events. And this topic is mapped to CO number 2. So let us start lecture number 2 from the module 1, that is probability theory, with the topic of conditional probability. Now first of all, you need to know what is conditional probability. The concept of conditional probability is used in conditional occurrence of the events. The conditional probability of event B, given that event A has already happened, which is denoted by probability of B conditional A, which is probability of BA by probability of event A. Now probability of BA, that means it is basically a joint probability of event A and B. Similarly, conditional probability of event A, given that event B has already occurred, and this is denoted as probability of A conditional B, which is simply probability of AB by probability of B. That means joint probability of AB means it's a joint probability, and which is same as probability of BA. Now probability of AB, which is basically intersection of event A and event B, probability of A intersection B, and which is represented as probability of A into probability of B conditional A. So from the last slide, that is, see, probability of A conditional B, that means probability of AB by probability of B. Now probability of AB is denoted as, from the last expression, that is probability of A intersection B, and which is simply probability of A into probability of B conditional A by probability of B. Similarly, you can also define probability of B conditional A using the same steps, which will be probability of B into probability of A conditional B by probability of A. Now these two theorems are called Bayes' rule, which is very important in wireless communication purpose. So these two theorems or formula are called Bayes' theorem or Bayes' rule. Now next is probability of statistically independent events. Statistically independent if they are not dependent. So in that case, probability of B conditional A, that means simply a product of probability of AB by probability of A according to our previous expression. Now, as they are A and B two events are independent, so occurrence of event B does not depend on the occurrence of event A. That means probability of B conditional A is simply probability of B, or probability of AB is basically the product of individual probability. So probability of AB equal to probability of A into probability of B. Similarly, if you go for probability of A conditional B, again simply you can say that probability of AB, joint probability, is nothing but the product of individual probability. Now following this, there is a problem is present here, that is a box contain 3 red, 4 white and 5 black balls. One ball is drawn at random. Find the probability that it is a red, B is not black and C is black or white. Now, this is the solution of this problem. Let RW be the events of drawing red, white and black balls. So, probability, first question, probability that it is red. The probability of choosing the ball is red. So, there are 3 red balls and total number of balls are 12. So, 3 by 12, that is 1 by 4 is the answer of first question. Now, not black. So, first find out probability of getting a ball in black. Then complement 1 minus choosing the 1 minus probability of black ball choosing. So, simply probability of choosing a black ball is simply 5 by 12. And not choosing a black ball, that is 1 minus PB, that is 7 by 12. Now, the last question, important question, that is the ball is either a black or white. So, probability of B plus W is probability of B plus probability of W. Now, why only to this sum? Because black and white are two mutually exclusive events. So that is why you can represent probability of B plus W is probability of B plus probability of W, choosing a white ball. So you know probability of black ball and probability of white ball. So that is 9 by 12 and the answer is ultimately 3 by 4. Next is random variable. What is random variable? It's also an important factor. Now, The term random variables is used to signify a rule by which a real number is assigned to each possible outcome of an experiment. So therefore, a random number basically it associates a unique numerical value. It assigns a unique numerical value to every possible outcome of an experiment or every possible trial of an experiment. There are mainly typically two types of random variables are present. One is discrete random variable and other is continuous random variable. Now, what is discrete random variable? Now, discrete random variable, that means a random variable that have a finite value, that have some fixed value. Suppose you're choosing a die or tosses a fair coin. Now, a continuous random variable, that means whose numbers are not finite, are not restricted. Like the diameter of a growing tree, the height of third graders. So that are not fixed, that have not a finite range of values. That is called continuous random variable. Okay. Next is important term, very important part, that is cumulative distribution function. Now, what is cumulative distribution function? Or it is abbreviated as CDF. CDF of a random variable is defined as the probability that random variable X takes values which is equal to or less than X, where X is a dummy variable which is equal to or less than X. So CDF is denoted as f of capital X in subscript of small x. So it is denoted as probability of random variable X less than or is equal to a dummy variable, say small x. And what are their properties? It has three properties. First property is the CDF has a value which is range from 0 to 1. CDF of infinity is 1. CDF of minus infinity is 0. That means it has a lowest value 0 and highest value 1. CDF is a monotonic non-decreasing function, which is very important. That is, if x x1 less than or equal to f x x2 for x1 less than x2. If x1 less than x2, then its CDF also less than x2. Now you can prove it very easily. To prove this property, let us consider this figure. Here CDF f of x2, that is f x x2, is defined as probability of x less than equal to x2. Therefore, fx x2 equal to probability of x less than equal to x2. So, probability of x, that means simply it's a union, because there is below x equal to x2, it has two range. One is x less than equal to x1, and other range the random variable x in between x1 to x2. So, it is the union of these two probability. So, it is written here, that is probability of x less than equal to x1 plus union probability of x in between x1 to x2. Now, there are two events, x less than equal to x1 and x in between x1 to x2 are mutually exclusive. So, their union probability, basically the sum of their individual probability. So, this is written as probability of x less than equal to x1 plus probability of x in between x1 to x2. Now, CDF of x2 is basically probability of x less than equal to x1, x left of x1 region, and the middle region, that is x in between x1 to x2. So, fx x2 is basically the CDF of x1 plus the probability of x which is in between x1 to x2, which is non-negative. So, the CDF basically greater than or is equal to, CDF of x2 is greater than or is equal to CDF of x1 for x1 less than equal to x2. This expression is valid for continuous as well as discrete random variables. Okay. So, that's all. Thank you so much. Now, I am ending the session.